Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we are back with another brand new video. Today's video brings me so much happiness, so much joy and so much relief in the old punching bags that I get to sit here and say to you, redemption was well and truly won as Rangers went to Paisley and came away with the scoreline Rangers 2. St Mirren nil. That's right people, we came, we saw, we got over the St Mirren hurdle that did cost us so much a couple weeks ago. But the way we approached this game, the way we saw this game out, the way we managed this game after we took the lead was absolutely spot on. And that's where the redemption comes from me. We cut back on the silly individual mistakes because, let's be brutally honest, this St Mirren side is playing some fantastic stuff this season, and throughout the game we saw their strengths, their pace, how dangerous they are from set pieces. But when we stop beating ourselves, it takes something very, very special to beat us, and St Mirren just done that. Now, before we go any further on with today's video and speak about this beautiful game of football that did have some very interesting things that we need to discuss, a bit of a cheap plug, but we are closing in on 45,000 subscribers, which is absolutely crazy to say out loud, and it's probably crazy for a lot of people to hear considering how low the quality is here on the channel. But it is the case, ladies and gentlemen, so a bit of a cheap plug, but if you enjoy the channel, why not help the channel out by hitting that subscribe button? It's free, doesn't cost you a penny, and it just helps us on our freaking way. But aye, it's time to talk some football things, ladies and gentlemen, and for the 9th time in December we are here to talk about a Rangers game. And if you take that into consideration, think 9 games we have played this month, and the way we went about it, especially in the league, is nothing short of absolutely glorious. If you know, you know. But something else that is absolutely glorious is this Rangers defence. Now, I know we've spoken about a hell of a lot this season on the channel, but I'll never ever get bored of praising Rangers Football Club. I could sit here and do this every second of every day, and the Rangers defence needs to be praised. But in saying that, there is still one part of the Rangers defence that I still think is very, very underappreciated, and it is the partnership of Connor Goldson and Filip Helander, because there's still so many people out there already looking towards the next game saying Helander should come out, Balogun should come in and everything like that, discussing what is our best partnership. But for me, as I've said here many, many times on this channel, why I spoke about Helander so much before this season, saying he was going to be massive for us, I just look at these two and I see two players that complement each other absolutely perfectly. Because if you take that 2-0 win that we just have over St Mirren and you put that in to what they've done together so far, they now have 21 clean sheets. Come in close because I want you to hear this. In 34 games, that right there is absolutely sensational. And I really wanted to dive right into that aspect at the start of today's video, just because I know goals are sexy to talk about and nice assists are brilliant to break down, but if you look at that game of football, how many times did you see Helander win his duel with Obika? When you saw Connor Goldson get his head on Son, get Son clear, win the race to a football, the two of them are just so in sync and just do their job to an absolute immaculate degree that I didn't think they get enough credit that they deserve. Because this team that we were playing today is a very good football team, and they were putting bodies in the box, they were putting crosses in, they were trying to get in behind, but every single time the two centre halves met it and dealt with it almost effortlessly. Especially Filip Helander. I've got no idea what goes on behind that man's eyes. You talk about Michael Myers for having the darkest eyes, the devil's eyes. There's something about Helander when he plays football. It's like everyone here is just so calm and so relaxed, like he's cutting about, wearing his house coat, sorting DVDs in alphabetical order as Beethoven is playing in the background. Disgustingly good defender in the purest form of defending. People can look at his pace and all that, but as you saw in that game, you didn't need pace if you're a defender, if you can see the game like that man sees it. So I just wanted to give Connor Goldson and Helander a bit of freaking love, and especially considering it is now time to transition into the game recap and speak about every aspect of what just happened. And let's be brutally honest, ladies and gentlemen, when that first whistle went, we all went, yes, into them lads. But within 14 seconds, Stephen Davis got caught daydreaming on the football, trying to get too much time. The boy was on him in a flash, and it did actually give St Mirren an opportunity to run at the defence. But again, the two centre-halves didn't panic. They forced them into a long-range effort that was just cuddled by the 400th appearance Allan McGregor. Now, something that wasn't cuddled by Allan McGregor is 10 minutes later in the game of football where St Mirren are out wide. Tate whips in an interesting ball. Obika flicks it on. It drops to the St Mirren player who has a kind of snapshot now. It originally looks like it's just going to roll directly back to Alan McGregor, but he kind of loses sight of it. He ends up spilling it, which is very unusual for Alan McGregor. Obika is actually there, takes a touch, but because he's ushered to the side and because the two centre-halves are on him like a flash, he knows he needs to do something special, and unfortunately for him, but fortunately for us, he couldn't, as he balloons it at the bar for about 5-6 yards. But that was 2 early warning signs in this game of football within the first 10-15 minutes, and I think after that we just went, right, we really need to get ourselves in gear now. And thankfully that's exactly what we did in the 26th minute of this game where we took the lead. And I'll just be brutally honest, I absolutely love every aspect of this goal. Now, it wasn't a 38-yard free kick for Tavernier, it wasn't a goal for the halfway line, it's never going to win goal of the season awards, but I just love the way it came about, because you saw everything what is your man Hagi, who again still has his critics, but the ball is kind of ricocheting about because St Mirren are trying to get stuck in, leave one on him, but the ball ricochets and he's on it as quick as a flash, and he takes a turn, and instead of going backwards or passing it sideways, his first instinct is to go forward, and that is exactly what we brought him in this football club today. He is one of the few players whose first instinct is to drive forward with the football, but thankfully he was on the park, and again he'd done it as he goes forward, and without even looking, he just slips a ball, kind of clips, almost flicks it air the defence out for Kamaru, who again, his movement is immaculate. We've spoken about that over the last couple of weeks. What a player he is, and it matches him perfectly. Now, it's not a clear goal scoring opportunity or a goal he must hit in, but it is an opportunity for him, and again he shoots. He doesn't faff about with the ball or try and build it up, he just rattles it across the goal, and it does take a deflection and go over the goalkeeper, but you make your own luck in football, ladies and gentlemen. People can talk, oh, deflection this, deflection that. Nah, I saw quality there. I saw Hagi getting stuck in, I saw the flick, I saw the movement of Roofe, and I saw the, I'm hitting this with everything I've got for Roofe. And when you shoot, ladies and gentlemen, you end up scoring goals, and we took the lead, and it was absolutely vital that we not only took the lead in this game, but we continued to push and get that second goal. But before we go ahead and speak about the second and final goal in this game, I want to talk about your man Hagi even more than I already have, because this is a guy who started the season off leading the assist charts in the SPFL, yet still wasn't doing enough for a lot of people that was watching Rangers games. Then he fell away for the squad for 5-6 weeks, making 5-minute appearances here, 10-minute appearances here, and I had a lot of people questioning where Hagi fitted into this Rangers team. Well, I think now, when we've saw it getting as tough as it's going to get this season, with games coming thick and fast and us needing to roll our sleeves up and just win games, Hagi has provided and backed up why he was brought to this football club. He has been an absolute spark in this Rangers team when we've needed it. And you know, son, with what we talk about Alan McGregor, if you watch this channel quite a lot, we say the McGregor moment, because usually in a game of football, McGregor has that one moment where he either keeps us in a game or he wins us a game of football. Well, it's got to be said, ladies and gentlemen, Hagi is now doing that. He's having his Hagi moments, because over this game, the previous game, and the game before, he has been vital to us getting all 3 points. And is he a 10 out of 10? Is he beating men, scoring 3 goals a game? Not. But is he providing us enough to win games? Aye. And that's all that frickin' matters if you want to hold silverware by the end of the season. But I guess with that being said, I've backed up my boy Hagi enough in today's video. Long live Hagimania, baby. But diving into the second goal of the game, we had to go ahead and get this, because as we spoke in yesterday's preview video, one of the main contributing factors to why St Mirren has been so good this season is because teams aren't putting them away. They're leaving a wee breadcrumb, only taking 1-0 leads in front of them, and that's just gave St Mirren an opportunity to eat that and get themselves back into the game. And it cost us in the cup game, but we learned a lesson by not getting too cocky and no too casual. We continue to pile pressure, we continue to hunt in packs, and that's kind of how the second goal of the game actually fell down. Now, some people might say, oh, you're so lucky, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, but for me, if there's anyone on this earth that deserves a wee bit of luck, it was none other than Alfredo Morelos. But before the ball fell to him, we need to speak about how it came about, because Hagi is chasing down Richard Tate, sort of chasing a lost cause, but I like that about Hagi. That forces Tate to go backwards to try to pass to his captain. His captain is there, and for whatever reason, he's trying to be cool, he's trying to be composed. Maybe he's trying to be Philippe Palander, but he's no good enough because he tries a no-look casual pass back to his goalkeeper, and Alfredo Morelos reads it absolutely perfectly. And as he's running towards that box, honestly, it was like I was in a rom-com and I just seen a really, really gorgeous lassie, because everything went in slow motion, and when Morelos was running through there, I was just staring at it like, go on, son, go on. And it brings me so much warmth in my heart to see Alfredo Morelos, with everyone staring at him, the way he's been finishing his last couple of chances, ran through there, sat Anik down and slapped it in to the bottom right. That was peak prime Alfredo Morelos, and I couldn't be happier. You saw his celebration. Hell, I'm sure all of us reacted the exact same way. I can't remember the last time I celebrated a goal that much, but that's how much it meant to us, because we've seen this laddie roll his sleeves up and try his best now all season long, and nothing has been coming his way. So aye, it is a mistake for the St Mirren defender, but you could look at it as a wonderful assist to a player that needed just that wee nudge in the right direction. And I don't know, nation, I'm getting a wee bit excited because I saw Alfredo Morelos have his best game in a long time, and that finish I haven't seen for a long time, since pretty much last season during the first half, where he was scoring goals for fun. And it's weird because we all know Morelos has this patch in the season where he couldn't score in a brothel, but you go ahead and look at it. Maybe we've had that bad spell from Morelos at the start of this season. If he can take that composure and that finishing and have his goal scoring exploits he's had every season on Rangers in the second half, look out, because if we add his goals to what we already have, oh my sweet 55. Now that was of course the last goal in the game of football, but there was other incidences in this game that I think is worth mentioning, and especially as we go into the second half, because we saw the Rangers team again defend so damn well. And someone I've been pretty critical of this season, especially in the games where we haven't won, because there's been wee iffy moments, has been Barisic, where you think about it, no getting out wide for the Hibs game, no getting out wide quick enough in the Motherwell game. He's had these wee individual moments, but for me, this game right here was the best I've seen your man Barisic defend in a very long time. Every header he won, every challenge he won, he shut down that left hand side, which was a major pain in our arse, by the way, in the cup final, to complete and utter silence. And I think that was backed up in the 66th minute, where they hit another long ball to Connolly, who is absolutely rapid, by the way. But Barisic doesn't panic, he doesn't just sort of hassle his way in to get it clear. He waits and he waits and he waits, and then just comes in with a perfect time slide challenge in. That's what I want to see from Barisic going into the next game. I want to see that defender we know he can be, and he couldn't be getting back to that at a better frickin' time. Big performance for your man Barisic. We'll love to see it. And you know something, that actually gives us the perfect transition, because St Mirren had another major opportunity just before we wrapped up the game of football. In the 81st minute, after Zongu gets caught on the ball, St Mirren have it through Obika, who is standing up corner goaltender. He's got a man here to the left. He passes to him. The guy's inside the box, and then out of nowhere comes Tavernier, who can't defend, with a perfectly timed slide challenge to get that out the way and save us another clean sheet. It was absolutely brilliant bit of defending for Tavernier, and that was his last action of the game, because he was on a BS yellow card. And Gerrard, I think, wisely knows the way these referees work, so he got him out of there, put Balogun in, and that was game, set and match. And with the game recap now done and dusted, if we're given the old man of the match, for me it's very hard, because I'm looking at Aribo again, I'm looking at Kamara. I thought they two were excellent, because I really thought Davis was quite off it quite drastically in this game, but they two just made the midfield work almost in the rain. But I'm looking at Alfredo, I have to give him a lot of love. But my overall man of the match in the game of football is going to be none other than Barisic. I'm going to go there, ladies and gentlemen, because I have been very critical of his defending. I've praised a lot of his attacking, but defensively he's been a wee bit frustrating at some points this season. But this is what I want to see from my left back. Utter defending at the highest top tier. So shout out to your man Barisic. He is my official man of the match. Now I'm sure a lot of people's going to go in a completely different direction, but that's why the comment section is there, ladies and gentlemen. So if you are still watching, I would love to know what your thoughts and opinions are on this game, on the 3 points, and who was your overall man of the match, and while you guys are hopefully getting involved down there in the comment section below, all that's left for me today is wrap up today's video by thanking you for taking time out your day to sit here and talk about Rangers things with me. So if you got involved in the comment section, I'll be speaking to you very, very shortly. But for everyone currently watching, take care of yourselves, all the best. I'll see you in the next video, and bye bye.